Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Ms. Roxanne, this is Daily Rambles. I am so sorry I've not done the rest of Jessica Jones. We're knocking that out right now. I also tied up a few other loose ends as far as Marvel's Runaways and other shows. Doing them literally this afternoon. I'm doing as many as I can. I've been super busy. So anyway, let's jump right into the season finale of Jessica Jones called AKA Smile. Start off with Jessica Jones takes Cage to the hospital, and then we have Claire Temple, and it turns out needles won't work, won't go into his skin because, it's bulletproof and pretty much anything proof. So the skin won't break. So Claire goes with them, and she tells them it's not her first super person. And so they talk, and then someone called for her. It was Kilgrave over the intercoms at the hospital. And so she's being very clever. She picks up the phone and takes the cord because it has a long extension cord and tries to find Kilgrave, but he ran for it. And then he does the intercom where he says everyone attack Jessica Jones because his powers are really heightened, so everyone is after her as the entire hospital. So she took a doctor costume, and then she was doing okay, but then she got made and got cut really bad, with she needs stitches. Then Claire is doing what she can, and then he starts seizing, and so she took him back to Jessica's apartment. So he starts seizing there, and so she gets the needle through the eye to get rid of the fluid, and it works, and he calms down. And then she gets a drink, and then she goes back to the apartment. Then Claire stitches up her. Then talks about a friend, and she says no to help because she doesn't want that person under Kilgrave's control either. So then Kilgrave basically wants all the drugs and to help power him up even more. Then Jessica lays next to Cage and says to him that he was the first she thought of having a future with, and says goodbye. And the dad warns Kilgrave of the procedure, but he says, I don't care, you need to go ahead and do it. And then Jess wants Claire to stay with Cage, and then she agrees. Then Trish picks her up and tells her about IGH, which is the company that worked on Jessica and maybe gave her powers. And then she drops her off and then sets up a signal to figure out if Jessica's being controlled or not. And that that phrase is "I love you." So she goes up and sees Cray stuff, and then puts the guy in a closet. Then sees a boat picture. And I'm not going to go into the gory details because I might get flagged for that, but it's bad. And then the dad is still alive and warns her before he dies. And then we have Claire calls him sick and then runs into Malcolm. And they talk, and then he takes over while she gets some sleep, I guess. Then Trish goes in to the boat place, and she has his bait. Then cops are there. Then Jessica leaps after him, and turns out he has a bunch of people, like a ton of people, and tells them to off each other unless Jessica forfeits. So Jess almost got to her and to Trish because he took Trish. And then he yells stop, and Jessica stops. So I was thinking oh my god, is she literally under his control now? And he thinks that she's playing him, so he summons Trish and kisses her. And then he sees that Jessica still didn't move because she can't, and he still wants Jessica. And so basically she says he tells her to say I love you to him, but she says it to Trish, and she was playing him and literally runs up to him and ends him. Then Cage is awake and said Jessica has been arrested. Claire says that to Cage. Then Cage leaves. Then Hogarth backs Jessica and gets let go because of all this stuff. Because Hogarth will prove that there was about like 20 to 30 different people there, so it's going to be a huge scene if it gets out. Then Trish gets the files from her mother about IGH. Then Jessica starts getting calls, like work. So, and that was the end of the season and in the episode. It was a really good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The song that Trish was playing when she went into the boat area, or I guess it's like the ferry station. I love that song. It was a good song. Um, let's see. I'll give this episode. I'll give it a straight up A plus. It was really good and really well done. I really enjoyed the episode a lot. It was great. Season as a whole, I will also give an A plus because I thought it was a fantastic season. You get to see Jessica evolve and actually do like what she does in the comics from what I've heard, and actually do some actually investigating and do some stuff. And you get to meet Luke Cage, which was cool, and and Claire, she's pretty much in every single MCU show ever. So it was really fun to watch, and I really really enjoyed it. And I don't know, just this show was so good. And get to see her deal with stuff and overcome it, which I thought was important. And I loved how the message of like PTSD, because I know it's difficult for a lot of people. I feel like they did it in a realistic way, and not like, oh, I have it for 2 episodes and now it's gone. She's still dealing with it and still has it throughout the entire first season, which I thought was like really committing to the character, and I think it was really well written on how everything is. Anyway, that's what I'm doing for this video. If you agree, let me know, or disagree, let me know in the comment section down below and tell me what you think. And I would be doing season 2 literally right after this video. I've already watched it, already done all the paperwork for it. Anyway, just like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. And I want y'all to have a super awesome day, okay? And just have a good time. Bye, everybody.